claim, as far as we can tell, in the history of OCPS working with the county, we have never brought a piece of property before this board and asked for your permission to purchase it beforehand. As far as our records show, that has never occurred between these two boards. If we were to do that, we would never be able to afford a piece of property because every property owner would then know our intentions. And that would make it financially unfeasible for us to disclose that we are looking for a piece of property.
Mayor, can I say something real
quick?
Yeah,
definitely.
Because we buy park property, we buy property all the time. And when they know we're coming, we get it appraised. And we're competitive, just like anybody else that's going to be going out there to buy a piece of property. So I don't agree with you on that.
But you don't have to take it anywhere else to get it approved, Commissioner.
Well, what we do have is the Orange County Public Schools has now purchased property, 2 of them in my district that I have to deal with, without ever coming to the board, without ever having a discussion that I know of. And so I do have a little bit of a problem with the policy of it. Now, I would like to think that, we as commissioners and you as the school board are going to be able to continue to keep working together. But, I do have a problem with that. We do this all the time when we go out and we're looking at buying property. We come up with comparables. We were trying to find a drop-in center where we're going to house a lot of the homeless folks. It's the same process. Why is it different for us than you on that? Maybe you can make that clear to me.
The only extenuating circumstance we have is that we have to come to you according to what's written in the Land Development Code, is that we have to come to you to ask for permission to buy property.
But so now you're buying it and then coming to us, and now we're sitting here for 7 hours trying to figure out how we're going to work it out.
We rely on your staff once we do a consistency letter to determine all the factors, whether we've purchased it or even before we've purchased it.
Okay, but to Commissioner Boyd's point, this property was not properly zoned. And that does make this different. It is the same situation that you have right now with the property that was purchased out in another rural settlement for a high school that didn't have the zoning. And we've had this conversation. You can meet with the staff till the cows come home, but until this board votes, no decisions are final. And we have questioned over and over again, why would the school district put itself in a position of buying land and then coming before this board and putting us in the awkward position of feeling that we have some sort of obligation to consent to a zoning that we may not be okay with. And I think this is a conversation that when we have our joint meeting, we need to discuss this, because this is now the second time, and both times it happens to be in District 1, and both times, both Commissioner Boyd and I have dealt with this, and this is not what I would consider to be the kind of cooperation we need with the school board. This is not working for anybody. It's not working for them. It's not working for the school board. It's not working for us.
I understand, Commissioner, but we can't have an open contract on a piece of property for 6 months to a year while this board decides whether or not it's
not going to take 6 months to a year. See, that's the problem.
Okay. We're not going to get into a debate here, but we did approve a public school facilities element to address this. And I think when we have our joint meeting, we need to talk about, if that's not working, why isn't it working? Because we went to a lot of trouble. The state required it. We needed to identify those places so that you could buy with assurance and move forward. Unfortunately, in a couple of cases, the school district has purchased property that did not conform with that public school facilities element and has now placed this board in the position that we're in today. So, and, that's an issue that, we'll have to make a decision here today, but that's an issue that the joint meeting needs to address.